All right, so you heard it. Now, before we get started and talk about this crazy, absolutely crazy engine of 180 horsepower and 118 newton meters of torque, we have to mention its comfort level, which is absolutely ridiculous. I am currently in sport mode, and I have just checked actually that the preload and rebound settings for suspension at the front and at the back is at its medium level, if that makes sense. So on a day like this where I am the solo rider with no pillion, I think that is very adequate. And so I'm going to rock with that setting for a bit until we perhaps switch into a sportier mode like race. Should I dare do that? We're reviewing it, aren't we? So yeah, of course. But so far, yeah, the comfort level of this bike is absolutely ridiculous. I am 6 foot tall. I find myself reaching the ground very, very easily at a stop. The bike is crazy lightweight for something that it's stated at about 228 kilos wet, I think. So just below 230 kilos wet for this machine. Well, I know that Ducati has shed some weight off this bike compared to the standard V4 Multistrada, but obviously it kind of retains the same weight as the Pikes Peak that's been out for a couple of years now. And that's the bike that BHP UK has been riding since it first came out and developed. When last time we put it on the dyno, it went from 153 horsepower to 163 horsepower at the back wheel with their BHP UK DCAT system and a remap. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the development on that Multistrada V4, I highly recommend you go and follow BHP UK on YouTube. There's a ton of content on Ducati especially and the Multistrada range. They've now developed a Diavol V4 exhaust, as well as, you would have guessed, an RS system too, which is probably going to liberate the well-needed extra power, I should say, or maybe not well-needed, but the extra power that this bike deserves to have. Now, why not? We just got on the highway. We're going to put this up here, and it is the carbon fiber windshield, which should make a ton of difference in deflecting wind. And you know what? I think it does. And well, let's see. Oh yeah, you're getting a lot more wind buffeting now than you would with this up here. So yeah, it makes highway riding just that much more comfortable. Now it's 70 miles an hour in 6th gear. We're just at just about 5,000 RPM. Wow, I mean, absolutely smooth. Then yeah, we can open her up. Then yeah, we got up to silly speeds in no time at all. But you know, that's the beauty of these bikes. I mean, you can't really feel how fast you're going. I mean, I haven't even messed with comfort sport mode, just because I know that if sport mode is comfortable, I can only imagine what comfort mode should feel like on this bike. And touring on a 180 horsepower bike, oh my god, don't you just love motorcycle technology and racing technology, just how advanced we got in the motorcycle industry nowadays. The power is so usable. As I've got Alex here in front of me chauffeuring me to the event, the bike night, Ray Bike Night. Should be a good time. Wow, these brakes are punchy. Soaking bumps really well too. I mean, just look at how smoothly I am turning into this roundabout. I mean, I'm not going to say that this feels like a naked bike, because, I mean, that's a bit much now, but you're not that far off, you know, from a naked bike feel. To be fair, the exhaust sounds pretty good too. I don't know what magic is BHP UK gonna do to make it sound even better. Time to enjoy the view a little bit. Wow. Doesn't that look good? I'm not convinced about this windshield with the deflectors. I would probably remove those and keep that to make it look very, very aggressive. But obviously these on the, as we just saw on the motorway, on the highway, they do their job just fine. Okay, so now that the highway is done, let's get back on and reach those nice country lanes that we can only find up here up north, guys. So obviously before we get there, there's going to be a bit of town riding here and slow speed riding. It's going to be a perfect way to test out the little bumps and the stop and go situation. So I've lowered windshield and we are again in sport mode. You know, well, for the sake of it, maybe let's put it in touring mode. Why not? Come on. So it'll be a bit softer, I suppose, in touring mode. By the way, I have to say that even though this got the Street Fighter engine, so the Desmo engine, it definitely does not feel as crazy as the Street Fighter engine. I've ridden the Street Fighter V4, and I just felt like that bike was crazy. It's a crazy bike, and the throttle response is very, very aggressive, even in a different riding mode, like touring. Well, this is just a different beast altogether. It's like it's got the same engine because it's got the same characteristics, right? But its behavior is different as far as throttle response goes. I haven't tested the higher RPMs yet. I mean, look at this thing. This thing goes to 13,000 RPM. Oh my god. So we're gonna make sure to test it on a closed road, because I have been told that up here, up north, there's plenty of closed roads. Look at this. I'm in third gear, 20 miles an hour. Just easy. Just pulling away, a little bit of vibration through the dash. The clutch, I have to say, is a bit on the heavy side to pull. If you're one of those guys, like me, to be honest, where you find yourself using the clutch because you just like using the clutch, then yeah, you'll find it a bit heavier than other bikes to pull in and operate. Quick shifter works pretty well even at low RPM. Second gear, first gear, let's have a little pull. Yeah, very easy to operate, quick shifter. So okay, so touring is alright. Not my cup of tea, to be honest. Nothing changes. It is very soft, very, very soft. Sport is where it's at. I think sport just offers the perfect compromise, and we are in sport mode now. So quick shifter to third at 22. Yes. Quick shifter down. Yes. Quick shifter down again. Yeah, it's so smooth. Hardly jerks or anything. So see, the thing is that my experience with the V4 engine, the Desmo engine, has been strictly Street Fighter V4 only. And I don't know, I just feel like this, it's just that much more refined of an engine map, I assume. And yes, on the dyno, Street Fighter's V4 can map up to, what, 200 horsepower, or just about 200 horsepower at the back wheel. That's clearly insane. So can you imagine this thing going to 200 horsepower at the back wheel? All right, Alex, let's go. I must admit, having ridden the Pikes Peak, this is yeah, it does feel like a completely different bike, pushing the RPM. Let's go. It feels like it's got so much more grunt, well past 10,000 RPM. You've got to remember something though. Below a certain RPM range, this bike has got less power, makes less power than pretty much the other Multis V4. So I'm not sure whether or not I should be riding this at a higher RPM range or not, because you know, obviously that's a sports bike, isn't it? It's a sports bike in a sport touring chassis. Sport mode is very tasty, very, very tasty indeed, because it's so smooth, but yet the power at the top just comes in instantly and basically is a sport bike. It's so agile, it's so lightweight. Oh, look at this thing, look at how it just corners. What is this front brake, right? Oh my god, it's such a big chunk of power. The Brembo Stylema brakes are just I mean, out of this world on this bike. So you're gonna have no trouble stopping this bike. This is super bike level brakes. But maybe I will toy around with race mode a little bit. Alright, so we are in race mode right now. Okay, whoa. You can tell the throttle response changed quite a lot. Obviously, it's in full power mode as well now. Should we do a little pull here in first gear in full power mode? Let's go. All right. Okay. Whoa. Race mode is very aggressive on the throttle. So this is something that I would probably pick on a very sunny day like today, you know, where there's a proper open road ahead of you, not much traffic, or on the track, you know, because this feels like a sports bike so far. Obviously, it's hard because it feels like a Street Fighter V4. Wow, look at these brakes. Oh! Go and keep going. Sorry, Alex, I had to overtake you there just so I could see what the hell I was working with. It's definitely 100% a handful of a bike. Sorry, Alex. He's only on a little 390 Duke, but damn, he can ride. But just going back now, talking about race mode, I mean, it's just way too extreme for normal road riding, and I'm not a sports bike rider at all. So yeah, in my opinion only, keep it in sport mode, because that is way more than enough. But I must admit that in race mode I did appreciate just how well set up the suspension was. You can feel just how stiff everything was, you know what I mean? It felt like I was on a proper sports bike. The feedback I got from the front suspension especially was out of this world. If this was my bike, this is what I would do. And I knew I could go out, I could put it in a custom mode and just set up the suspension hard. If I wanted to ride a little bit more aggressively. I mean, just look at this, even in sport mode, right? Still first gear pull. Oh, Ducati. It's unbelievable. But the handlebars are set further back, so then your riding position is engaged very slightly. And the foot position as well, the foot peg position is very comfortable. So that's it. If you could have it all, I think the Ducati Multistrada V4 RS will make you happy in that regard, especially if you're coming from a sports bike. Definitely go check BHP UK if you want more information about this bike and their development of their new exhaust system, as well as a remap for the new RS 1016 Stradale engine. Since we're nearly here now, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed this video, my first impressions review of the Ducati Multistrada V4 RS. We gave it a good slap. I think we did, didn't we? I mean, we tested it, didn't we? We tested it, all right? We did it. So make sure you like and subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.